All right, all right, all right, all right. And welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Big Pats Under the Hood. And today, I'm going to show you something easy thing to do when you put a 700 off 4 in your truck or 4L60, whatever you want to do. But today's iteration is going to be about a 700 off 4. And we're going to be working on my long-time project that I bought when I was a teenager, my 1982 Chevrolet C10 Silverado, fully loaded, big block, 700 off 4 short wheelbase pickup. Let's get a look at this first. This is my 1982 Chevrolet C10 half-ton short wheelbase, fully loaded Silverado. I bought this thing in 1982, and I've had it ever since. And yes, you can see by the wear, I got the dash out, tore out of it. That is what it is. But I'm going to give you a breakdown on what you can do if you want to go from a 350, 400 to a 700 off for 4L60. And this is what you need to do and why you need to do it. And yes, as you can see, it is a 454. No, it did not come with a 454. It came with a 350. But that's been out of there a long time ago, because for a while, this was my tow pig. And I used this truck right here to tow that car right here. I used that truck to tow this gorgeous 1982 Monte Carlo Super Sport. And it's also sporting a big block 700 off 4 with a 4L60 upgrades in it, 8.5-inch rear end, 370 gears that is going to be coming out at some point for a 9-inch with an Auburn center section and Detroit locker and probably 389 gears. But that's a project for another day. You can see my bagger and everything else, but it's a project for another day. But today we're working on, and we're gonna have to pull the 6L80 out of the truck here because the front pump's going out in it, which is because the torque converters went out in it. But we're gonna get on the truck here. So this is what it is. In order to get overdrive, which is achieved by fourth gear lockup, which is achieved, fourth gear is achieved by the torque converter, locking torque converter, where you have to have 12 volts. And no, you can't just leave it on unless you got a vacuum switch. And I bought a vacuum switch, but it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Now let me give you a look at that vacuum switch. That vacuum switch is a piece of crap. Now, let me show you this here. Show you the easy way to do it so you don't never burn your transmission up. And I'm gonna hurry get out here because the rain is coming. But let me give you a good look at it. What all you need to do on a 700 or 4 in order to get overdrive. And let's go into it right quick. Okay, here we go right here. This is for a 200 off 4 or a 700 off 4. And this is how you achieve overdrive. You know, you have your ground, you know, you have your positive, and you have what they call a normally open, which is an all pressure switch, right? Doesn't matter what pressure it is, but what you do, you put this switch here, you find either third gear pressure port or fourth gear pressure port. You put this switch into the side of your transmission, and then you find the wire that goes to your torque converter clutch lockup solenoid, and you take that wire and you put that wire to that switch. Now, you don't want that thing to stay on all the time. And so in order to turn it off, you're going to tow a how, you need to put an interrupter in between the battery and that switch. And that's what I've done. I've put a switch in between there, and let me show you how. I've already took care of this in the transmission, but I put a switch in between that, and let me show you what I've done. Now, the switch that I have to control it is a torque switch that I used to use on the brakes of my trailer. But since I'm gonna be I don't use this truck anymore, this is my tow pig now. I took that switch right here that used to be for my brake controller. And now I'm gonna use that port right there, and I'm gonna flip it on and off. That switch on and off 12 volts, which will lock up the converter. When I'm not towing, I'll turn it off. When I'm towing, I'll turn it on. This is the wire right here that comes straight from the torque converter clutch solenoid in my transmission. And now I'm gonna feed it inside the truck. I'm gonna feed it inside the truck here. And you see me doing it now, feeding it inside the truck. I'm gonna feed that wire inside the truck. We're gonna feed it inside of there so that we can have 12 volts to go to that torque converter, because this is very important. If you don't want to burn the transmission up, you have to have it lock up. It has to lock up. You don't want to burn it up, it's gotta go and lock up. You can drive it unlike that. I don't want to do that. As you can see, I got my vacuum solenoid for my cruise. I got the vacuum for my cruise. I got the switch here for my cruise. I'll be hooking all that up just as soon as I can get the solenoid and all the wiring that goes up here, which is over there, to go over here for my cruise and all that. Picking that up too. But for right now, we're gonna stick with the problem in hand, which is this wire right here. You can see I've already fed it inside the truck. Here's the wire here, fit it inside the truck. So I'm gonna be putting this wire to this wire right here. It's a wire right here. I'm gonna be putting it to there. That way that I can take this, turn this on, and that'll let my truck go into lockup. So just wanted you all to see. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and do all that right now. I'm gonna get all that achieved right now. I'm gonna get all that achieved, and then once I get that achieved, then I'll go on and hook you all back up so you all can see it, and we'll take it on test drive. Remember, subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll give you a test drive in a minute. Thanks. Have a great day.